GM. Welcome back, everybody, to Noun O'Clock Live at Zero Rights Media. I'm Robot Fish Girl. We're watching the end of the auction for Noun 1428. This infinite duck we got yesterday. If you want to watch the end of the auction live, nomo.wtf is the place to be. While you're here, you can pick up Nomo Noun number 1428, the Greasy Trumpet, for just 0.00069 ETH. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury. It goes to funding artists on chain in the Nouniverse and beyond. Speaking of which, congrats to Darius for picking up Collective Noun number 514, this beautiful toucan. Grabbing another one, and we're going to see what we get for Collective Noun number 515 in just a few minutes. But for the time being, nounoclock.live, nomo.wtf, 2.27 is in the lead. Leading is the leading bid from 24B5. Let's see what we get in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. In the meantime, what the hell am I looking at? What is this? What is this? What is this Goblin Town game that is?
Oh,
it's in my favorite art style.
Oh, it was something I saw a while ago, and just because I saw Dan's post, because there's usually some interesting voices that happen on this show. So I was like, oh, he must not be listening to TNS if he hasn't heard a Twitter space with goblin voices in a while.
Listen, the only goblin voices I do are when they're animated by you, so I don't think that counts. Oh my god, what am I looking at? I'm watching the trailer on the stream right now, and
it's a lot. But it looks, just enough nonsense to catch my eye.
This is the most. Wow. I like the style of the texturing. It does look very Unreal Engine, I will say. Like aggressively so. All right, well, that's a thing. It's not just me, right? The texturing on everything reminds me of Borderlands.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I'm looking at that and my brain is just going, "Ain't no rest for the wicked." Like, I did that. I did that for the start of the Borderlands 2 opening theme, the Short Change Hero, the jazz. That's this thing that I use sometimes as the outro music. By the way, Jacopo.e is in the top right now, 2.32.
And whenever we do this, for a frog.
Yeah, we are supposed to be looking for a frog for the
cone.
Rainforest Cafe or whatever. What?
A frog for the cone.
Yeah, Noun 70. Did ask via Noun Scout. Rainforest Foundation, that's what it was. 429 is minted with a frog head. 006 ETH will be sent to Rainforest Foundation US. Let's see if we can do it. I don't know. I haven't looked at Noun Scout in a minute, actually.
He also posted, I'll just send it in the notes so you can bring it up on the stream. He's looking for someone to lead a nouns gifts round, like similar, not like
Oh yeah, I
gifts
saw
like
this.
what I make gifts as in like what Goldie was doing with nouns, like just putting noggles on things.
Existing reaction gifts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just it needed someone to lead a gifts round, so it looks like he's got an idea to start doing those. There's a few people who commented they were interested.
And Rubinovitz said that if somebody wants to take it over, he'll just give it to him.
Yeah, the channel.
So, well, so I don't know. I like the rotoscope gifts. Like, don't get me wrong, but I part of me kind of wants to see original animations instead. But like, I would love to see the animations round get a like nounish reaction gif round. You know? Because the thing that I notice about the Pudgies is that it's that the reaction gifs that they have are, you know, they're super cute and they're also original. It's not just slapping branding on an existing asset. It's their
Yeah.
original art.
Well, even remaking popular gifs and popular memes, it does well.
All right.
Like for Pudgies too. Like I know Quack does it. You know there's like the popular reaction gifs that they'll just do a Pudgy version of, or I've seen a few like
Right.
Quack ones. Not
Yeah.
not
No, I would
not
love that.
like remaking the whole thing instead of just putting noggles on it.
Yeah. That makes more sense to me.
But I do have an appreciation for these just like rotoscoped ones.
They are cute. You like them. 24B5 back in the lead with that 2.37 bid. I should have known we'd be sitting here and watching a bidding war. Had I known, I would have delayed starting the show. I don't know where this voice came from.
Oh,
I did discover I'm
forgot
not the
to
only one with
mention
that
it.
problem.
Forgot to mention it yesterday. There's a new character design round that started.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
and it's a little creature round.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
big
this one's
creature
going to be my
round.
favorite so far for sure. So here's the character prompt for anybody who has not seen it yet. Will is a normal high school student. Well, except for the fact that they have purple fur, multiple glowing eyes, and now that they're getting older, their spikes are beginning to grow in. Quill enjoys playing sports and is one of the star athletes on the team. Also, quite the troublemaker inside the classroom, cracking jokes and playing pranks on the other students. Out of all the creatures in the out of all the creatures of the high school, Quill is one of the biggest. Oftentimes having to duck under doorways or not fitting behind their school desk, but that doesn't stop Quill from being one of the most friendly creatures around. Please decide what Quill looks like and draw them in your style. This is so weird because I have a friend named Quill.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I just did that because I was thinking of like spikes and porcupines.
Yeah, well, I also have a
Quills,
friend named Spoon. So, you know, when you hang out with enough
spoon.
queer people, you get some fun names. Uh,
I mean,
there's an old joke
I
about
hang out with graffiti writers, so you know I know people named Shoe and Nice
well, yeah, there you go. There's an old joke of yeah, of did you see the they got this person got jumped by some of the non-binary gang. They were fighting tooth and nail.
Jeez.
Oh, I love this. Oh,
Oh, Tyler's here. I saw he posted a little effigy in the Toads Discord. He's trying to save Ethereum. I don't know if
oh
you
God,
can
do it.
invite him up.
I can certainly try. We do only have a minute left on the auction. He posted an effigy, as in like the
Some
like a miniature figure made of something flammable that you burn.
more or less, yeah. There was I mean, maybe if he comes up here, he could explain it better than me. But if not, curious if he.
Am I even in the Toads Discord?
Oh, it's like it's in one of the verified channels. It's like deep
No,
in
so
here.
no.
Oh, another bit.
Well, yep, there it is. Well, I invited him, but until he gets up here,
He might be let me see. Oh, he left. I was gonna
well,
say if give me a thumbs up, I'll. Oh, he's back. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
fucking Lord.
What's up?
Hi. What is Brett talking
Wow.
about?
My X app crashed on my phone, so I ran to my.
Yeah, I mean, it's a flawless platform with no flaws. It does that.
Yes. What were we talking about?
I was talking about your little effigy that you just posted in Toads to save Ethereum.
Oh yes, it's my feeble attempt to save the world computer. These it's kind of a long story, but long story short, I painted the black swan in honor of Grandplam, and somehow my daughter took the painting and had it hanging in her room for months now, and I didn't know this. So I walked in her room last night and I saw the black swan on her wall. I was like, "Oh, you're the culprit. You're the reason why we're down bad." So I took said painting and I set it on fire in our backyard about 5 minutes ago. And so we're manifesting good vibes and bringing about green candles.
I
So
Perfectly
I
normal Tuesday evening in my home.
I love it so much. I I shared it with RFE and DM.
yeah, I'm opening it up in VLC so that I can show it on stream. Um,
It's I love the like. Did you just happen to find in your daughter's room? That's funny because I remember when you posted this like a long time ago.
Yeah, I think back in November or something. I don't know when, but
Oh, probably when he minted it.
so yeah, it was day of, and it hasn't been up in her room that long, so it must have turned up, and then she put it up, and it's kind of an ominous thing for an 8-year-old to have in a room, so it had to be destroyed.
Did she say
all
anything about
right.
it, or she just understands?
I have not told her yet.
I'm gonna play this on the stream for everybody so that they can be aware of what the fuck I'm talking about.
With this,
Oh wait, hang on. The capture mode was wrong. There we go. There we go. What on God's green earth?
we're destroying the black swan. Steady, lads. It's time to deploy positive vibes and manifest this green candle.
You're next to Lorenzo.
What the fuck? It's time to destroy positive vibes. What?
No. I said destroy the black swan.
Destroy the
Deploy
black swan.
positive
Deploy
vibes.
positive vibes. Okay, that's what it was.
And manifest green
A
candle.
green candle. You do realize that for anybody who is unaware with the terminology, it does sound like you are practicing actual witchcraft.
I
Might be.
mean, you know, we got to get
I
these
mean, you are
bags up,
burning
baby.
something in effigy in the backyard, so you kind of are. Yeah, I mean, I had noticed.
It's
Oh, wrong button. Hang on. There we go.
no,
We can't be down during East Denver.
that's right. RFG, are you going to eat Denver?
No.
Okay.
It's not exactly safe for me to travel at the moment.
Oh.
Well, I feel like people don't know that the government has been taking away transgender people's passports.
I have not heard this.
Yeah, no. My passport was revoked and they did send me a new one, but the name on it does not match any of my other documentation. So it is not valid.
Oh.
Because they replaced it to match the name that was on my birth certificate and is not anymore because I got that changed years ago. So, yeah, no, we're already living in that world. So it is not safe for me to travel by plane anymore. Pretty much the only way that it's safe for me to travel is like on a bus. And I'm not taking a bus to Denver.
No.
That would be a nightmare. It
could
took
make
me
for a good
3 hours to get up on a bus to Asheville, and I'm a 1 hour drive away.
It would be a good story.
I mean,
Was
granted, but I don't think it
Fun
would be
adventure.
worth the expense.
For East Denver.
Not for no. Maybe for like a con where I'm I'm on a panel or something. I might do it then, but even then, I'd probably stick to the East Coast. Like I did that for PAX Unplugged one year. Because I was on a couple panels about like I was on one for music and gaming, and I was on another for uh diversity in gaming and how to tackle those sort of subjects. Because a lot of people were trying to figure out like when is it okay to use certain topics in tabletop games, and I was like, y'all are overcomplicating this. Like, if it's shitty and people at your table don't want to deal with it, then don't make them deal with it. If they want to deal with it, give them the opportunity to deal with it. Like, I'm not going to write a game world that just has Nazis in it for no reason. But at the same time, I can't make a game putting Nazis in it. If you're dealing with it, use it. If you're not dealing with it, then you don't need it. Like, it's not complex. But anyway. Yeah, so that was the last time I got on a bus for more than a few hours for a con. Actually, no, I did take a Greyhound to the last NFT NYC that I went to. But that's also because like I wasn't just there for that. I that's where all my friends live too, so I was there for longer than the actual convention.
There's a new one coming to Denver at the end of April that has a ton of voice actors. that are coming, like all from like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. There's people from Pokemon and all different anime shows, and it's a huge lineup that I've seen so far. I think this is
End
like
of
the
April in
second year.
Denver. What would?
It's called Nostalgia Con.
Oh, yeah, I know about that. I know Jim's gonna be there.
Like,
He was talking about
yeah,
it
Jim's gonna
recently.
be there. Rob Paulson's gonna be there. They have like a bunch of the Ninja Turtles and like voices from various video games. Um, there's somebody else that I saw. Oh, Ed, Ed and Eddie. The voices from Ed, Ed and Eddie are gonna be there together. So I'm like, oh, I
Oh,
gotta
that's
go
fun.
get something and have it signed by all three of them, because that was like an important show to me growing up.
Did I ever tell you about the time I ran into Bruce Timm without even realizing it was him and Tara Strong?
Mm-mm, I don't think so.
So well, we got 4.5 minutes. Um, right after college, I was working in IT in Chelsea in Manhattan, like which is down by around 20th Street, um, and sort of on the west side, and I had no money after school, like none at all. And so for the first 6 months of my working there, I didn't have a place to live. So every week I was bouncing around between like Airbnbs and like couch surfing with friends. Like week to week I was living in a different place. And in order to save money, in order to be able to afford said Airbnbs, I would just walk to work from wherever I was because, I'm saving $50 a week on the subway that would let me afford food. So, and then put the rest towards, my cell phone and lodging. Um, and so I got to know the city really well, but there was one time where the place that I was staying was in like pretty much South Harlem, up on the Upper West Side, and I would walk down to like just walk down Third to get to my office, and I passed right by uh the New York Convention Center one time. Uh and I stopped in to get some breakfast on the way because I was, I had to start walking like, 2 hours before I started working because I was on the opposite end of Manhattan, like way up there. Um and so I go in here and I saw Comic Con was happening at the time. Um, and there was like some Harley Quinn cosplayers in front of me, and we started talking, and then I started doing the Joker voice. Because I was like, I mean, when else am I gonna have an opportunity to do this where people are gonna get what it is, right? So I was being like, well, hello, darling. And then I just hear a voice behind me doing a flawless impression of Batman and going like, "You'll never get away with it, Joker." And I was like, "Holy shit, that was really good!" And it was Bruce Timm,
It's great. It's
which, like, yeah, I was like, "God damn!"
like to have him play along is cool.
Like you drill this guy. I didn't think you could voice him. Um, and then there was Tara Strong was also there and started doing the Harley impression, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Uh, it was wild.
What are the odds that a guy who draws Bruce Wayne is named Bruce Timm and has two first names for a last name? What? Huh? Sounds meant to be.
What Bruce? I mean, he also drew the rest of the Justice League. Like, it wasn't just Batman. And this was years before HRT, so I was also built like I was a Bruce Timm drawn character.
Yeah, he must have been just drawing Batman his whole life. He's like, I'm Bruce Wayne too.
Yeah, it was hysterical. No, but for anybody who doesn't know who Bruce Timm is, if you've seen his art, it's very distinctive. You know, there's this caricature in like DC animated where a lot of the male superheroes are sort of built like Doritos on toothpicks. That's him. Brett, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. They're very triangular.
They're
Characters,
triangles
like,
on tiny
huge
legs
upper bodies and real skinny legs.
and skinny arms. And then the women are surprisingly
he
well
did-
proportioned,
he
but
did Batman
also
Beyond,
kind of
too.
top heavy. Yeah, he did. His
my God.
style is
Oh, he did
is
Freakazoid.
responsible
I
for-
love Freakazoid.
yeah. He has a
Like
very
a-
distinctive style, but it's very
It's a
much like, oh,
sleeper
this
show.
is my childhood. I'm a fan. I like his stuff. But yeah. I met met is a grandiose term. I ran into Kevin Conroy in a similar situation of, you know, impressing girls in public and having him be there. Different con entirely. But it was I didn't really get to talk to him. It was more like a passing by, so it wasn't quite the same, but he was very, very kind and very enthusiastic about like, oh, keep it up. When I was like, I'm like, oh my god, I've been trying to get into voice acting because of you in no small part. And he was like, I'm sure you can do it. And I was like, holy shit. I miss him. Kevin Conroy was the voice of Batman on the animated series. It was him and Mark Hamill were kind of carrying that show for the longest time. And for most of our generation, he is kind of the Batman. You know, and he's the animated Batman at the very least. Who voiced Terry McGinnis? I can't remember. I need to look this up. Oh, right, it was Will Friedle. Okay. Yeah. He was also I think he was also Ron Stoppable. Pretty sure. Yeah, he was. Okay.
It took me like a half a second to, it was like, Unstoppable. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Kim Possible, Ron Stoppable.
Yep.
Who for some reason was also basically Sun Wukong. Do you know what I'm talking about? Those later seasons were wild.
No.
Ron learns this like ancient monkey martial art. And then in like one of the later episodes, or maybe in like a movie, I don't know, it's been years, it's revealed that he's like the secretly destined master of this monkey kung fu.
Jeez.
And he like projects himself as a giant spirit monkey. It's very Naruto, like when Naruto turns it into the Nine Tails, how he projects like his chakra and a giant chakra nine tails. It was that, but it was Ron as a giant Sun Wukong. The second time I've hit the wrong button when trying to start the countdown. And he just beats the meat off of their enemies that were kicking his ass like 5 minutes before, because he unlocks the secret monkey power. It's as stupid as it sounds. I highly recommend it. But for now,
Finally?
we're finally starting to play the feud. Nounoclock.live, nomo.wtf. You know what time it is. We are looking for a frog today.
Yes, requested. That is not a frog.
No, that is in fact a fox. It also starts with an F. So it's kind of, never mind. We wound up with a fox. But now it's time for Nomo. So if you're not there already, nounoclock.live, nomo.wtf, you're going to see all these nouns arrayed before you. You're going to pick your absolute favorite from among them. Spam click it with all your might every 10 seconds. Half of them are eliminated until we're left with just one. That's going to be the Nomo noun of the day. Every 10 seconds, half of them are eliminated. Yep. So sign in with your wallet. Make sure you're on OP and your clicks will not be counted.
That undead is so good.
The undead is really good. Kind of partial to the lips. And any decay accessory on the skeleton I also really enjoy, but I don't love those noggles on it. I think the undead is gotta win.
The beat's really nice too.
Whatever we end up getting.
Final round. Undead Hand versus a comedy. Who will win? Who will lose? 3, 2, 1, fight! Greasy Undead wins. Fatality.
This is especially fatality because it's dead. All right, well, we didn't get to mint a noun today. We wound up with a fox, but we did get Nomo noun number 1429, this beautiful, greasy, undead hand. You can pick it up for the next 24 hours for 0.00069 ETH, $1.71 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury. It goes to funding artists on chain in the Nouniverse and beyond. Speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and settle that as well. Congratulations once again to Darius. We're going to see what we get for collective noun number 514. Any second now. There it is. The pop-up to actually sign the transaction took forever to show up. 515, what are we gonna get? A penguin! We've got an adorable little penguin on that yellow background with a blue shirt and a green and black scarf. If you want to check out this Yellow Collective noun, go to yellowcollective.xyz. The next 23 hours and 59 minutes, the Yellow Collective is an on-chain club devoted entirely to funding artists in the Nouniverse and beyond. Find out more at yellowcollective.xyz or on Warpcast in the Yellow channel. That's /yellow. It's hard to miss. Also, check out the character design rounds over on Warpcast if you have not done so yet, because they are a joy. There is a new round that just started, and on this is already fantastic. Oh man, that's nuts. So go check it out Oh man, I love Valentina's art so much. I still need to commission her. Not just kicked off. When does this next round end?
Monday at around 11 Eastern, I believe. 11 a.m. Eastern.
All right, you have until Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, a solid 6 days to submit your character design entry. But you should get it in before then, so people have time to see it and, you know, interact with it and get you higher up in those rounds. With that done, I think we've done plumb run out of steam. The only other thing that's we've got going on, the Nogglesboard Nounish Surfboards prop has passed rather significantly, 144 with 40 against. It needed 127 to pass, and it did that. So congratulations to them. House of Nouns Farcon overwhelmingly passing 175 to 0. Nouns Amigos everywhere all at once. Off to a rough start, 14 to 53, but we'll see where that goes. It ends in 19 hours. Nouns Fest Season 3, also off to a very rough start, 3 to 93. We did have a conversation about this yesterday. 11 a.m. EST every week. Noun Square Weekly. You can check that out on our Twitter page. It was not a video stream. It is audio only. It is only on Twitter Spaces, but it is up there if you want to listen to it. And finally, adding the dynamic accessory. This is a fun one. It is an accessory that is going to change based on proposals. It is blank at the moment, but subject to change, you know, based on whatever people want to base it on. So go check that out. Dynamic accessory ends in 4 days. It's currently sitting at 9 to 1. With that done, we did our shenanigans. Gone over proposals. We talked at length about voice acting in Goblin Town and Batman for some godforsaken reason, but really, when is it not a good time to talk about Batman? So, with all that done, I'm happy to call it there. Is there anything else that we wanted to talk about? Is there any other witchcraft you wanted to perform? With any other paintings you wanted to burn in your backyard?
I don't think so.
Not at this time. Maybe next Tuesday, though. You know.
Yeah.
Make it
Oh,
a thing.
okay. Make it a thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Code
I feel like
Tuesday.
now is a good time to remind everyone that Nouns is not a cult.
Good reminder.
All evidence to the contrary.
Probably.
Probably. Nouns is probably not a cult. Well, with that done. Thanks everybody for coming to Noun O'Clock live at Zero Rights Media. I'm Robot Fish Girl. We're going to be back here once again tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel, about 9:25 p.m. EST. Probably a little later than that if history is any indication. There's probably going to be a bidding war at the end, and we usually try to delay until that looks like it's about done. We didn't succeed in that endeavor tonight, but who knows? Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Until then, don't forget to check out Nomo Noun number 1429, The Greasy Undead, for just 0.00069 ETH for the next 24 hours. And don't forget to check out the Yellow Collective auction with this beautiful little penguin. He's cold, you got it with a cough. Collective Noun number 515. Find out more in the Yellow Channel over on Warpcast or in the character design rounds. Again, over on Warpcast. Extremely Warpcast native are we. Otherwise, we'll see you on Twitter, we'll see you on Warpcast, we'll see you on YouTube, but more than anything else, we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming, everybody. This ain't no place for no hero.